competition of the 20th century. His idea of success.
Dying broke and drunk and full of heroin at the age of 34 is not exactly my idea of success.
I'd rather die drunk, broke at 34 and have people at the dinner table talk about me than live to be rich and sober at 90 and nobody remembered us.
All right, gang. Whiplash.
All right, guys, let's start this off here. All right. Let's go over this, guys. So what I'm looking at here, most likely, is if we don't see a reversal here soon and we start to see a break, we're going to fill in this gap. Most importantly, probably come back to this zone here. Then start to see Dixie move to the downside, which means we're most likely bearish here for other assets. Let's actually look at news. This looks bearish too. I'm letting news kind of play itself out. Jolt's job openings is going to be at 10 a.m. So you're going to see some major news and some shifts and movements here. So the prediction here is that the number of job openings is actually lower than expected for the U.S. Okay. Lower than expected would actually push Dixie downward. But it looks like Dixie's going to break here today. So I'm more bearish, especially because SPX has been somewhat bearish here. Has showed signs of breaks of structure here on external. Right? Yeah, I'm looking for sells. With a reversal most likely at 10 a.m. Let me label this right here. BOS. I can see a sell-off right here. Internal sells. That's what I'm looking for. This is what I'm doing, guys. This is what I'm looking for. We already swiped these lows here. See that? These lows have already been swiped. I'm looking for the next swipe of liquidity, which would be these lows right here. So this is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at, guys, with SPX. Okay, I believe it's going to retrace here. I am going to look for a quick tight stop for SPX. All right, I am going to look for a tight stop loss. This is a 1-6 type of trade right now that I have. That's what I'm looking for, guys. I want to execute this around 10 a.m. Intraday, I'm selling SPX. I want to look for a retracement here first, though. Even getting on a smaller internal level here. Probably see it here. Or the sell-off. Russell's a bit in the same boat. Only difference is it's closer to the buy zone than any other one. If Russell breaks, Russell's moving to the downside. I'm looking for Russell's sells. Sells for Russell. Same kind of concept with SPX. If we're selling SPX, Russell's sell. Let's look at gold volatility. It looks like gold's actually going to probably sell off a little bit more here in the long term. VIX looks bearish. If we get a break above even this indecision here with VIX, we're going to start seeing a very bearish SPX. Gold volatility, I didn't want to see it break, but it looks like it's going to break. Quick look out at bonds. Bond market, what is it doing right now? Did it break structure? Not yet. Didn't break structure. Let's look at these highs. The real question is, did it break daily structure? Broke 4 hour, 12 hour. Not daily structure yet. Oh, super interesting. The daily outweighs the 4 hour. Now we're seeing a sell off. We're going to come back here. Usually if the yields are down, bonds are up. If bonds are up, SPX usually drops. I've still been waiting for this swing here. Gold has been playing around. I still think it's an order flow. For me, what I'm going to do with gold specifically, give me 1 second. You can scalp it. The signal's being sent out right now in the chat. So if you guys would like, you could scalp it. Like, I mean, TPs are already being hit right now in the chat. You guys can check this out. Right? So scalping right now is a better vibe. Way better vibe completely than, anything else. To be brutally honest, I want a long term for swing buy this. Here. I want it to sell off, get into that zone, and then start buying. I want to potentially buy it here. The one thing that worries me just a little bit, I'm not going to lie to you guys, is this here. Is this structure point on the 4 hour. You see that? Usually I want to see a break first, then a pullback, and then a run to the upside. That's usually what I want to see. Right now we don't have any indication of that. This thing can go up here, mitigate, and what? Like I had marked up yesterday. It could create another low. Come back down to this zone here. And then finally swipe liquidity. Because look at what it's doing. It's creating selling pressure, selling liquidity. Okay? It's creating liquidity for sellers and wiping out buying liquidity. It wiped out buy liquidity here, 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 and it's going to probably want to do that one more time here. Make sense? It wants to swipe all retail liquidity, all the buys before we start moving to the upside. Look at how many times it's already done it. It's done it already like 4 times. Very similar. You could see price kind of do the same thing here. Swiping buyer liquidity. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Even here on the pullback, swiped liquidity. I got swiped out here on buys. I had over, I think, 2 standards of buys here. And then what happened? Boom. Right? When it's an order flow, it loves to swipe buyer liquidity here. Right? This is order flow again. Swipe a liquidity. Move to the upside. Right? So on major pullbacks, you'll see gold always swipe liquidity. But right now, this is kind of obviously the trade idea here. It's a swing. This is where I'm buying. I'm still in buys, guys. I'm still in buys for gold. Obviously, could it move against me? Of course. You know, that's life. What am I going to do? But I'm buying here again. I just stacked another order for a buy. I'm going to wait around 10 a.m. to see how price reacts and then see if I'm going to get out here. But I'm in gold buys again. Okay? Give me a second, guys. My computer, something's going on with my computer. I don't understand. Sending this idea right here. Open bell just rang. Usually the swipe of liquidity happens Okay, the first hour here, and then we have that what? Right? That move to the upside. Break of the Asian range. Again, guys, I am in buys for gold. Okay. I'm gonna swing this. If price does come back lower, that'd be amazing. We'll see how price reacts here. But honestly, I'm in gold buys. So we'll see what happens. I got a really nice wick entry here. Moving stop loss to break even right now. Okay. Futures. Let's look at gold futures here. I'm thinking price might come a little bit lower for futures. Price might come here, then run to the upside. But this is not a bad play to potentially run to the upside here. This isn't a bad play. Just for a quick scalp, it's not a bad play. Price, I do believe, though, is going to come back down to this zone. I'm just going to be honest. If we don't see that run today, we're probably going to see price come there. Give me a second, guys. So that's what I'm looking at with that. Let me look at GU here. GU's always swiping liquidity. That's what I don't like about GU. It's an order flow, though, too. You see that? GU's an order flow. Looks like it broke order flow, but then created a lower low here, mitigating this zone. I do want to buy off this area. It's more highly probable and more likely that we do jump from this zone here. See that? This impulse correction is probably very similar to this impulse correction. Yeah, I'm going to look for buys here. I might be wrong. I don't even care. I'm gonna be looking for buys here. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to do something real quick here. There we go. So that's my trade for GU. Look at USD CAD here. Okay, GU I'm bullish on. Okay, I'm buying GU. We'll see what happens. It'll be a swing. We'll see what happens here. USD CAD, we're on the upside here. Let me look at this here. Break. Indecision here, retracement. Not gonna lie, Dixie looks bullish, but I don't really like USD CAD. It's just so oversold. For a swing move here, I believe it's gonna go lower, to be honest. Let's look at crypto here. You just have more breaks, more breaks, more breaks. The move remains the same for these sells here. See that? Even if you want to resell, probably going to be reselling right here on internal. Yeah, this thing is just looking like a perfect sell right here. Even last night, internal sells right there. That area right there is very, very... You can see it slowly starting to... potentially mitigate and now move to the downside here. If SPX continues on its ride down, there's a 70% correlation between XPX price movement and also gold and also Bitcoin. So you're going to start seeing Bitcoin probably drop here sometime shortly. I'm still expecting Bitcoin to go down all the way to, what is it, like 78K? I'm still expecting that. So with that, I do see that swing moving to the downside here. All right, this is what I look at with SPX. I mean BTC. Right. This is what I'm looking at right now with BTC. Still, we're still looking for more sells here. That's what I'm looking at. Obviously, my bias is sells on all of crypto. So just look for retracements in those certain areas here. Let's look at MSRT. Did believe that MSRT was going to fill that gap here. Okay, not financial advice. You guys could do whatever you guys would like. But with MSRT continuously going back to breaking that structure, I do see if BTC pulls down, MSRT can come back to that 126, 120 area. That's what I'm looking for here. NVIDIA off our zone here. Potentially one more move to the downside, but I'm bullish on NVIDIA. I am not bearish on NVIDIA at all. Coinbase, I'm more bearish on. I do see us probably going to 300 and then dropping to the low of 200. I'm looking for more sell zones here for that. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at what SPX is doing right now from our sell zone. I know we're about to do the reversal here. 10 a.m. is usually when I'm starting to execute trades, and I get in for that 1 hour zone here. Okay, so now SPX is finally getting into my zone here. It's kind of what I really wanted. Right. Finally in that zone. There we go. I don't want to see it break this structural zone. You see this right here? As long as we don't break this, we're fine. So I'm going to execute here most likely at 10 a.m. I don't have any sells or buys yet. I mean, I'm looking to sell here soon. This is what I'm doing, guys. You guys can do whatever you guys want to do, but I'm looking to sell off this candle here potentially around 10 a.m. So let's just wait and see what happens with structure and see what happens at the 10:05, 10:15 reversal at 9:45, 9:50, around that area of reversal here. You can look at NQ, and obviously futures will be a little bit different. Prices look different on here as well. With gold, I'm still in gold buys. Not only am I still in gold buys, I bought again here with you guys right now live. So I'm in gold buys. What else am I looking at? Let's look at GU. GU is more of a swing, so once price gets here, it's kind of when I want to start executing on GU. And I want to start seeing some sort of breaks of structure here to the upside. But G is more of a swing here long term. Low risk, high reward. Once I start seeing internal structure here, reversing, that's when I want to obviously get into GU buys here. Right now, there's no internal structure break. If I see a break of structure internally here, at least some sort of sign of internal breaks of structure. Like, I'll give you an example. If I start to see this area break, then on the pullback, that indecision, then I'm going to ride it up. Make sense? But until I see that, I'm not executing on this yet. Okay. USD CAD. I'm looking at this. I'm not really looking at, to be honest. I don't really want to do anything with this. I don't really see anything that I'm confident with. In Bitcoin, I'm still in sales. All right, guys. This sums up our session here. If you guys have any questions here, just feel free to let me know. I'm still, like I said, we're up on gold buys right now. Set stop loss to break even. SPX sells. I'm still looking for those sells here. Okay, I will be executing here probably within the next 15 minutes. And I just want to see how price closes on this 1 hour candle. Very important for me to see that before I execute. Other than that, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And I will talk to y'all soon. Have a good one.